I hate God. Now, obviously, this objection is not really even an objection, but when you ultimately get down to it, the people who object to Christianity, if you can catch them in a moment of honesty and candor, you will ultimately find out that this is the actual reason. It is an emotional dismissal of God because of either the people who are associated with him, the things that they have been told he has done, or just the fact that he is above them and not them. They don't like being out of control of their own lives. They want a power that they can control, not a power that is in control of them. All of these examples and others are interesting, but ultimately, when we're addressing the objection at face value, it is an emotional one, but we're dealing with the answer and response to these objections. The simple response to this is given to us by Ben Shapiro. When someone says that I hate God, that is a statement of feeling, and facts don't care about your feelings. If you hate God, then you acknowledge he exists, and frankly, I don't think he cares how you feel about him. The key is knowing how he feels about you, and he doesn't share that sentiment. If you want to know more about God, then by all means, perhaps set your emotions aside and actually read what he said about himself. But when we're discussing reality, it's going to be reality, regardless of how you feel about it. To object to something because you don't like it doesn't mean it ceases to exist. If you hate a non-existent being, that means you're deluded. If you hate the most powerful being in existence, that means you've voluntarily taken a losing position. If you hate someone for something they never did, that means you're deceived. If you hate something for a misunderstanding about what they did, that means you're uninformed. If you hate someone just because you hate them, then quite frankly, you're the problem here, not God. If this is if this is the sort of objection you run into, then I recommend that you deal with this more on an emotional basis. But for those that do run into this and want to know what really is the response to that kind of statement, here are a few examples. But I recommend when dealing with this sort of emotive response that you deal with it not by matching anger for anger, but tending to and counseling the emotions so that they're able to fall more in line with reality. This is more for the edification of those who are Christians and wonder, why is it that people hate God? These are a few examples. That's not really a sound objection to Christianity, and is very easily addressed and dismissed. Thank you for your time in listening to these objections, and this will conclude our top 30 objections to Christianity. If you'd like us to discuss more or different or perhaps more specific objections to Christianity in the future, perhaps Bible contradictions you'd like us to go through, I'll be happy to address them if you ask in the comments. But until next time, I'll look forward to seeing you all again soon. God bless you, and remember how much he loves you, even when people don't necessarily always return the favor.